Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. Oh, I was going to do it. Okay. You should only do one.
It's going to confuse it.
Yeah, you should only do one. Yeah, this might be the smoothest morning.
The smoothest morning yet.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, because last episode we recorded at 4 p.m.
Yes.
And what was wrong with me?
What was wrong with you?
Yeah, what was wrong with me last episode?
Just pretty typical, pretty standard stuff. I don't think anything was out of the ordinary. We had Brittany.
Not the last episode.
The one
that we recorded, the last one we recorded. There was something wrong with me.
Oh, your back and your attitude.
Oh, yeah, my back and my attitude.
Yeah.
My back's better.
Yeah,
I'm going to work out today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to start working my core.
I think take it easy, No need to rush.
Yeah. But I do need to work out, though. I can tell. That and Brittany. Oh, that's the other. My birthday was
Your birthday
Sunday.
was on Sunday.
Yeah. 40, 41. More like 40 fun. Am I right?
I don't know yet.
No, it's fun.
Was it?
It's fun.
Did you have a good birthday?
Yeah. No, I didn't. There wasn't anything really to it. I don't know. I'm not into birthdays.
You're not a birthday person?
No, because I'm sober, and it's like I don't.
You feel like it's you have to party to.
I just don't
have a good birthday.
No, I just don't. It's not the thing I get excited about.
Oh,
like I get excited about like a big show or like a fun trip.
Yeah.
Like I don't get excited about December 3rd rolling around. You know what I mean?
I didn't get excited about it either. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody was.
It wasn't really that exciting for me.
Yeah, nobody. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I guess I'm not like a big birthday person.
Yeah. Well, it used to be a thing where like that was the night that I could get belligerently drunk.
Yeah.
And people would get less mad at me.
Right, of course.
That was nice. That was really nice.
Yeah.
So.
Because there was a reason.
Yeah. And then like a week later, like a week after that, I'd get belligerently drunk.
A week? That's impressive.
No, I'd get belligerently drunk.
The next day.
Day. I
forgot to turn the heater off.
Yeah, do you want to do that?
No, because the other time I didn't hear it last time. Like we freaked out.
Really?
And like the roadcaster didn't pick it up.
I feel like I'm in the bowels of a ship.
Okay. Makes her really awesome.
I was talking about how like fucking smooth everything was, and then it's like. Welcome back to the Tarp Report.
Part 2.
Part 2. After we turned off the loud heater, they got to be able to hear that, right?
I'm telling you that I listened to the podcast and I didn't hear it, and like we were like, "Whoa, what was that? What was that?"
We're like
and like
freaking
you can't
out.
hear anything, and there's nothing.
Well,
So,
there you go. What do I know? How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I
you up late?
No, not at all. I haven't been doing anything. But yeah, and then just regular work is kicking my butt, and
you guys are down some people.
Yeah, it's just been everyone is sick and everyone's calling out, and so it just I am we have to do everything in ratio, and I sit in an office, and so if enough people call out, I'm a body.
Yeah, I remember that. It's like for different age groups, because isn't it like 4-year-olds it's like 10 to 1, and 3-year-olds it's like 7 to 1 or something like that.
Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah,
we have infant, toddler, and
primary. that's like that's like the lowest one.
Yeah, I usually end up in the infant room, but it's fine. It's just, and it's not like it's hard or anything. It's just different from my day, and I don't like things to be different.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I like my routine. I like to do my job.
Yeah.
And it aggravates me when I can't.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It doesn't have to be that it's bad.
Yeah.
The fact that it's different is enough to make me absolutely insane.
And it's not what I want to do.
Yeah. I get like that at comedy shows sometimes, and I show up and they're like, oh yeah, do you think you can run the door or whatever?
No.
And like stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't. I didn't plan for that.
Yeah.
I did not plan for that.
Or like if I'm like trying to fix a PA and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like that's happening less.
Fix a PA.
A PA.
Like, who's asking you to come fix?
Oh my God.
Equipment?
I have had to figure out multiple PAs in my comedy time.
Well, I guess because stuff breaks.
Yeah. Well, also venues, they just kind of assume, and it's on me, for not working with reputable people. Mm-hmm. But I'll get to places and venues will be like,
did you bring your mic?
Yeah. Do you have a mic? No.
Luckily, I travel with one for this very reason.
I try to be more like upfront if I'm working with people I don't understand, being like, hey, so we need a PA.
Yeah.
Need a mic. Mm-hmm. And like lighting is just, if I have lights on me at some of these shows.
Lucky.
That's a bonus.
Right. Now you're just bragging.
Yeah. Because we did a show together.
We've done lots of shows together.
No, we did one recently where that was a bar show.
The Barist.
Yeah, one of the barist bar shows we've done in a while.
It was fine. Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was a good time. It was I
had a overall throughout that whole, except for my back hurting really bad.
Yeah.
I had a wonderful time with you.
Yeah.
You know that? Like it was cool. Like the whole thing.
You sound surprised.
No, well, there's shit that goes wrong sometimes when we do shows together. So it is delightful when it's good.
I actually had fun with you.
I didn't say it like that.
It was shocking.
Listen, on the Just Sam good show spectrum.
Yeah, no, it was fine. It was good.
It was good.
It was a little. I'm not a good host. I'm not. I need a buffer. I need somebody. I need somebody to like, I don't lead well.
Nobody would have had an easy go kicking off that comedy show because that was a venue that I think even the folks that were specifically there for comedy were not ready.
Yeah.
They were not ready for a show. Mm-hmm. And that's going to take a toll on whoever's up there first.
Yeah.
And you went up there. You were brave.
It was super brave. I didn't even cry. I wanted to, but I didn't.
You did good.
I didn't run off stage. I wanted to, but
that's the thing where the sound was okay. There was no lighting, which makes a difference, especially because you're not big, I'm doing good. I have not, dude. Do you know a whole last episode I didn't make fun of you for being skinny once? Hey, listen, all you skinnies out there talking shit. I'm coming for you. And even there was just like a matter of fact. 20-minute
conversation. I thought you were talking about my my like status.
No,
as like a comedian. Like I didn't even think about my actual size.
You did fine. You did exactly what. You did fine. You didn't
expect it of me.
Yeah, exactly. And you did. Don't look at the camera like that. You did your time, and you got out of there, and that's all. That's all anybody can ask.
Did, yeah.
Like
that's all you gotta do.
And you know what's funny is that I went up there,
did your time,
and I did my time, and it was not fun. I realized something about comedy and like that dopamine that I get out of it is that there are shows where like the crowd's reaction gets me high. Mm-hmm. And there are shows that once the show is over and I leave, then I get high. Cause then I'm like, oh my God, like we survived that. Right.
You were definitely in a much better mood when it was over.
Yes.
You were like, well, let's go do stuff. You want to go blah, blah, blah. Like,
no. Whatever. No. You were having fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because what did we do? We went and we rode the ferry.
Through the storm.
Yeah.
That was really insane. Into that. Yeah.
That was frightening. I didn't think, like, I had in my head, and I even made a Facebook post of, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've never fallen asleep on a ferry before. I'm so excited. Like, and then, you know, of course I should have known that that's not the plan that Sam had. And you wanted to, as soon as the ferry started to go, like to get the hell out of the car and start running around the ferry like a child.
Not like a child.
Yes, like a you were trying
like
to find the hot chocolate. You were like a child.
No, I would coffee with sugar and cream, which is what I always get when I'm on the ferry.
An adult hot chocolate.
You know what? Oh, what do I have to do? Oh shit, I got stuff to do today.
Oh, I'm so jealous of your fucking day.
What? I have to go meet with people about social media stuff.
I know, and that's amazing.
Is it?
For you, yeah. Like,
Is it to just wake up every day and have to figure out what to do?
Fuck yeah. I'd figure it out. I'd figure out something.
You would sleep.
Yeah, but I'd also work.
Yeah, you probably would.
Like, yeah, no, yeah, like grumpy.
It's not.
I'm talking about everything that I have to do as opposed to everything that you have to do. Don't tell me that doing comedy full time isn't all it's fucking cracked up to be when I would give, you know, my left arm to do comedy full time.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not, but
yeah,
it's still better than, like, I'm just tired. And then
what if I told you that it sucks?
I know that it sucks.
Okay.
I know that it sucks. Every job that you do sucks. Having a job sucks.
Yeah.
Like, living your dream,
not having a job sucks too, though.
Yeah, but also trying to do comedy and work, and
I used to do that.
Just realized that, oh my God, I am talking about me.
Yeah.
I just found out Izzy has a concert tonight, and then Nate told us that he's doing a crowd work special, even though I already booked the open mic for this weekend for this month.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like I feel like I'm doing a shit ton of work, and
you are.
I am.
Yeah,
I am.
You are, and
so yes, I would love to.
There's
just meet with a guy to talk about social media.
There's like this ratcheting up that is happening for you, where you will.
I put a bunch of marbles on the ground for the cats to play with. I don't know what the fuck that is.
No, it's like a bead or something. Your cats are so cute.
They're ridiculous.
You know what you're talking about at the beginning of the podcast is that your job is like extra fucky right now.
Yeah.
And then this ratcheting up with comedy that's like going to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Like it will. There's no way to, because I feel like your level of like being efficient is not going to go up as fast as your level of shit to do. Do you see what I'm saying? That like basically like as you progress through comedy, whether you're booking shows and performing and you're doing both, that the amount of work that you need to do is going to go up and up. Luckily, you get more efficient, but your level of efficiency will never keep up with the amount of shit that you need to do.
Right, but if I were able to just focus on comedy, that's like totally different. Like I feel like
that's the goal.
Like that's not like, I'm just saying I'm struggling with like doing 100 things.
I get that. Okay. And that's terrible.
And like, I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to compete with you or like say that like,
no, I don't think you are. I don't think you are.
But I well, that's not true. Actually, I do feel like, in the, you know, your day is a little bit easier than my day.
Yes.
Like, but you know, that's because we have different lives.
Yes. But you have to remember too, that I'm an idiot and I have to be an idiot all day.
Oh, that's not true.
It's hard.
That's not true.
I don't think it's fair that I can't
be
think.
Yourself all day. Yeah. No, I know. I get it. Like,
yeah. Imagine going through a day and just being me all day.
I am unmedicated. Well.
Yeah. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bright and fast and slow and fast again.
Yeah.
And, but yeah.
Yeah. I just, there's just a lot going on. And
I'm not having any points of contention with you at all right now because I know.
Well, I would fucking hope not.
I know what it was like. Do you know that I lost a job because of stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
when I was a chemical dependency counselor, and I had to be in Grays Harbor. I worked at a methadone clinic, and I had to be dosing started at 6, and I had to be there by 5:30.
Yeah.
And I would leave my house at 4:30 in the morning. Oftentimes I would be getting back from Seattle. I would double dip up mics on Thursday or whatever. And I would get back to my house at 1:30 in the morning. Yeah. I would be asleep by 2:30. I would sleep for 2 hours and then try to go to work. It was disastrous.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Right.
Yeah. I told my boss, I told you the story. I was like, yeah, thinking about resigning in October. And he was like, how about September?
Dang.
And yeah, so I do feel for you. And I want, like, what are you going to do?
Nothing. I don't want to do anything. Like, I love my job. I'm just saying right now, I'm just like, I'm just having a hard time. I'm just struggling. Yeah. That's it. Like, I'm just tired. I'm just frustrated with the open mic thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just, that whole thing. But like,
you did that thing with your eyes when you talked about it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't at me. Dude, it's
Yeah.
funny when you do it at something else.
Yeah.
And not me.
I've been doing it a lot lately.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just exhausted and tired, and I feel like not being, because I can't focus on anything. Like, I'm like trying. I literally have been, I told you that you called me, and I was trying to do yesterday morning. I was trying to edit a video. It's super simple. It should have been.
Yeah.
Did I ever post a video yesterday?
No, you were trying to get Brittany's face or something.
Did I
get these camera angles?
I spent 8 hours.
Oh my God.
8 hours. And it's not like, and it's not that I can't like figure out how to edit this video. Like I can do that. But like the way that my brain works is like, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to edit this video because I really want, like, because it's a really funny clip that Zach cut out, but it's of the other camera. And so like you can only see her face, and then like the mic is in the way. And like, so my intent was to get the other angle from the other camera so that you could see Brittany's face.
Yeah.
And so then I was going to slice it up and make, an awesome video. And
you're still frustrated about it.
I'm going to spend like, and so I guess this is just my process. Like, I spend a day or two just getting absolutely nothing accomplished.
Oh yeah.
Where I'm just like, okay, well, how do I Google, like, how do I add a second video? Like, how do I multi-camera in Adobe Premiere? I don't know how to use it.
I feel this in my chest, like what you're talking about right now. I understand.
And then it's like, okay, well, how do I scale? Well, how do I crop? And then it's like, okay, well, how do I do? And then the original idea and the original plan is just, I'm like, what the by 8 last night, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What was I doing? Why did I start any of this? Is it like, I don't even remember like what the goal was. Like, cause I'm so like I've gone down so many fucking different rabbit holes, and like, like
it's like the original plan is like that very first guy you dated who's actually like pretty successful now. And like, you know what I'm talking about?
No, what's his name?
Is like
he
Scott or whatever. He was
or
like
what? Like, what is his deal?
No, do you get what I'm saying?
You know that like you could, you know that's like a microphone stand. You could like lift it up.
I get arrested on my butt.
You look like a pregnant person. Like,
wow. I
because
thought we had a truth.
Pregnant people do. They lift things on their belly, not because you're the same weight. No. I know. I keep trying to find the perfect clip for that too.
No, that there's like this. The original plan,
right,
is this dude that you could have stayed with.
Yeah,
but instead you were like, "Oh,
I should have grabbed over there.
This guy sells drugs.
Yeah,
like
what's that?
He looks fun.
Ooh, there's some weeds over there. What's that? What's going on over there?"
I've been left by women because they wanted to date a drug dealer that I introduced him to. That always feels good. Jesus.
You got to stop introducing women to drug dealers.
Well,
or I guess less attractive drug dealers.
They were around.
Less successful drug
dealers.
Did you see Santa out there? He's the same size as you.
Oh yeah, he sure is. Look at him. That's cool.
I have like a 10-foot.
I'm
Santa
much
outside.
heavier than he is, though.
But so the way that you run around and do it in real life, like mine is like in here. Like there are just 1,000 fucking roller coasters just going at all times.
Yeah.
And
I feel like you have some misconceptions about my day, though.
No, I don't think that you just go on the ferry and lollygag and have this great, wonderful time. I know that you work. I know that you have shit that you have to do and like that you.
I don't think you're that far off, but there is like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to argue. I'm not trying to say that I got it worse than you do. Cause I don't. Because that's a weird way to think about things. I think we both have like dope lives in our own way and shitty lives in our own way.
Yeah.
I tend to am motivated mostly by guilt. So when I do sometimes I don't do things, but it's very rare for me to get maybe over 25 or 30 minutes of just like relaxing without beginning to feel like tinges of guilt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and then that guilt builds and builds until I can't take it anymore. And I go into action. And generally once I start doing something, I go hard for like 30 minutes or until I hit like a roadblock. And whatever it is. And it could be making a flyer, it could be editing videos, it could be and then a lot of times to justify me stopping doing that, I have to do something else that's important. And so then it's like booking shows or this and that. And oftentimes I'll get caught up in a project where it's like just hours and hours and hours of just like on the computer and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And it's tough, and I won't eat sometimes. I'll get so into it, or out of spite, I will do that, you know. And then this kind of like stress, and this is something that I'm dealing with like yesterday, is that like just the regular life stuff is like happening, you know. Like I'm worried about like school with the kids,
right?
Money, you know, the car situation, you know, which isn't great right now. You know, we're working on getting a new car. We have to sell this old car, but the car's kind of jacked up, and I don't know how much I'm going to be able to sell it for, and blah, 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 blah. Just boring shit. And it's funny because sometimes I thought about this last night. I was talking to Brittany, and then I'm like, I don't know what to worry about right now. Like, there's too many different things that are bothering me. There's something wrong with our cat.
Aw.
You know, we got to figure that out.
Uh-oh, what's wrong?
It's all itchy all the time, and he just like won't stop licking himself.
Oh, yeah. Dean's cat was doing that.
Yeah.
You had to get him like some spray, as he was like his fur was gone. Like he like licked himself. Like
that's what happened. Yeah. And at first they said, you know, we get him flea treatments or whatever. They said it was like a flea thing. But like it's not fleas. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
we just did a flea treatment.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, he had like a spray and it's worked really well. But it's just a pain in the butt, like getting him to sit down to hold him while you spray him. Yeah, but it doesn't hurt him or anything. They're not big fans of spray bottles.
yeah. They bad memories. But yeah, it's not like. And then there's the other mode too, which is, you know, fun, is like when I'm on the road. But that you know, that sucks too, in its own way. But, I don't know. I feel God. That's the other thing too. Is that I feel like such an asshole when I complain about it. Right. You know. But
I mean, it is. But it's your life. You're living it.
Yeah.
We have different shit.
Yeah, thanks. I gotta blow my nose real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, add that. I'll start the other. That guy. And Start it again. Oh, there's a red button. Yeah, so that I don't get cold. I don't think that my life is harder than Sam's. I just think that we have different stuff that we have to worry about, and my stuff is more harder to worry about.
What's that?
Huh?
What'd you say?
No, I was talking to.
Oh, did you just continue the podcast while I was blowing my nose? That's awesome.
I was. You'll never know.
No, I won't.
You'll never know what we just discussed.
I don't.
That's between us.
Okay, good. Did you tell him that I'm a big whiny baby?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No one thinks you're a big whiny baby.
I'm a big whiny baby.
I mean, you are a big whiny baby.
I am a big whiny baby.
Like it's okay for you to complain about your stuff because it's what you are going through. It is your life. And there are plenty of other things that you should be ashamed of. You should feel guilt over
for sure.
Complaining to me on the podcast about comedy. It's not one of them.
Yeah. I did complain recently about comedy on my Facebook. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, it got a couple comments.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
The one that was my comedy take or whatever. Is that what the one?
Yeah. My comedy hot take.
Yeah. I didn't
a conversation
because I fell asleep.
It's really long. It was a conversation that me and you had, and also
I thought so.
There's a guy on my label too named Dante Powell that said something about it, and and I wanted to personalize it, and it's weird. Brittany said something to me too about how she goes, I don't really like it anytime you talk about open micers or stuff like that. And I get that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really talking about open micers. I was talking about generally newer comedians in general.
Because hold on, for people what was your Facebook? You said what?
It's hard to explain what I said because there was a lot of
different
things
it was
said.
about the us talking about the stat, what makes an open micer that kind of thing.
That wasn't what it was about. It was about content that I'm seeing newer comedians tackle. Mm-hmm. And it's about folks leaning into aggression as opposed to insight, as opposed to
okay, I remember.
Finding comedy in this being I'm a rebel. I'm going to tell you what I think about A, B, and C because I'm I'm different, or whatever, as opposed to being here's how A, B, and C affect me. And this is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Being an edgelord or not.
An edgelord, yeah. And it was about, the situation that you found yourself in with the with the open micers that were screaming at you and shit like that. And that basically it's live by the sword and die by the sword basically. Folks, and here's the thing is I don't all the way blame them because that's what they're taking in. Don't get me wrong, they should be held accountable for their actions. Mm-hmm. But that what they're taking in, I love how you don't hide your disappointment in what I'm saying.
Well, I'm trying. No, I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm taking it in. I'm trying.
Okay. Because
you're going.
So a lot of these folks are taking in a lot of these 45-second, a minute and a half reels, and a lot of them are just comics just being assholes.
Do you see that?
It's aggressive crowd work. It's jokes where they're I'm going to say the word that they say I'm not supposed to say, but here I go, I'm saying it. And that doesn't just set people up for a comedy style. Yeah. It also sets people up for a mindset when they're in comedy. And then when they run up against this juggernaut of an industry, this juggernaut of a culture, this juggernaut of a community, and they feel rejected by it. It's so ugly and so messy to watch, you know? And then it's not that my jokes are the problem. It's Jess is the problem.
Yes, you know? I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's because I don't have a sense of humor.
Yeah. Exactly. You don't get them.
Well, and because women don't really know what's funny.
No.
So,
no.
And we also have it easier.
Way easier.
A lot easier.
Yeah. I heard childbirth is actually like.
It's one of the easiest.
It's like a scheme. I heard.
It is. It's an MLM scheme.
Dude, that would be so funny if childbirth was actually completely painless, and it was just like a thing that like you all agreed to like.
We're like wink, wink.
Yeah, like ow.
Oh, this is so bad. Oh, I hate this. It actually feels really good.
Good. Yeah.
My kid is my downline.
People, some people, I'm sure people feel a certain way about it. I think most of the comments were supportive. People were like, yeah, it kind of sucks. And this started, honestly, like, I'm going to say it, is it openers when I was in Texas. And I don't want to say what specific show, but there was people that were put on these shows that they were talking to me before the show. Mm-hmm. Talking about comedy, talking about saying all the things that people say about comedy, really sounding like comedians, and then going up on stage and doing the most mindless, and it's not that it's like, yeah, they suck because they're new at comedy, but there's also like other ways they suck too.
Right, just as people, or
just as this thing where it's like
it's usually it's pretty fucking obvious. Like, I mean, it's not obvious, but usually who people are off stage is who they are on stage. Mm-hmm. So if you're fucking weird, that's usually how you are on stage. Like if you're if you make people feel weird and uncomfortable, you usually make an audience feel weird and uncomfortable.
Yeah, and that's a point I didn't get to in the thing too, is that a lot of these folks, I'm doing that thing where I'm like never really making a point, and I'm just jumping to the thing that I want to say before I try to make the point.
That doesn't sound like you.
One of the hardest things, this might be the hardest thing I've ever had to do, was to just love myself and be okay with who I am.
Yeah.
Like even that shit that we were talking about, like when I'm guilty about not doing that, when it comes down to it, like I think I'm kind of dope. I think I'm a pretty good person, you know? Like I have issues obviously, but like also like I've worked really hard on myself, and I want it to work. And if I know that about myself and I go up in front of a crowd, that makes me free to try to win them over in an authentic manner, right? Now, if I'm not willing to do any work on myself, if I'm not, if I think that I am the best version of me I can be, and I go up on that stage, and that crowd, I can't win them over, right, then all of a sudden, like everything breaks down. Yeah, everything breaks down, you know. And that's what I see happening with a lot of these comics, is they see themselves as
perfect.
Maybe not perfect, but like they see themselves as like these beacons of truth, and right, like these,
what they're saying is the most right, and anybody else is wrong. And I mean, I can't remember. I know I talked about it at Just And, but you know, there's a comic who literally said, like, if we just had sex with more men, like there wouldn't be as many school shootings.
Oh yeah. I've heard that.
That was his joke.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
You want to know something funny?
Fucking joke.
I don't know if I've heard that joke from that person.
Or if that's just like,
I've heard that same joke 2 other times.
Yeah.
I've heard that same joke 2 other times, you know? So I know there's at least 2 people doing it, and probably 3.
Yeah.
Joke that's the same thing, is that you stop school shooters by fucking these.
Yeah, incels.
Incels. Yeah. You know? So, And the reason why I made the post, honestly, is because I was pissed, and it's probably not the best reason to make a post. It's probably not the best reason to make a post. And the reason why I was pissed is because my algorithm, like when I take in stand-up comedy, unfortunately, that's a lot of the stuff that I watch and a lot of the stuff that I'm drawn to.
Yeah.
Because it's more interesting content than me trying to get bought into a real weirdo.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to watch, before I watch like an Emmett Montgomery, or a Monica Nevi, I'm going to be taking in some other aggressive bullshit from some edgelord because it gets my attention faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not just them, it's me too.
Because they're going, oh.
Yeah, you got my attention out the gate, as opposed to watching like to having to follow like an intricate setup. But when I'm watching like live comedy and I'm bought in, it's totally different. It's totally different.
Well, I was going to say there's also like this. We're talking about the extreme, like the bad side of it, but there's also the other side of it that I've seen, which is the in Seattle, specifically, I love you dearly, but like one of the things that I noticed immediately from doing comedy in Tacoma than in doing comedy in Seattle, when I went to Seattle, it almost felt like a requirement to get on stage and be like, hi, my name is Jess. I'm an alcoholic and I'm bisexual.
Yeah.
And then just like, and then you wait for your applause for your sexuality.
Yeah.
As long as it's not straight.
Yeah.
Because if it's straight, you boo. But like there was an applause break, not for a joke, but just for like,
I'm not seeing that as much anymore as I did, as much as I did, But yeah, I get that.
I saw it, like in Jai Tai days.
I don't know though, but I also think that like if there's like 3 edgelords in front of you, it might be a good idea to go up there and be like, yeah.
Oh,
like,
well, I've seen that. I've seen that as well.
Yeah,
like
well,
where they've been like, hey, I think I'm the one you're talking about.
I guess I'm the problem.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, are you aerodynamic?
Yeah. God. That
me.
night. God, I wish that night just didn't happen. I hated that. I hated my set. I hated that night. I don't want to talk about it because people do listen to this. Yeah.
People do listen to
people
it.
Do listen
see,
to
people
it.
do listen to it. We were number 31.
I know.
We're 31 on iTunes.
It
was number 65.
Too.
Well, it's going down now. I mean, or up, down.
Well, it's going to fluctuate, but we should always be trying to make, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it was 65. And then on Friday it was 65. And then, it was 31. Yeah. So that was cool.
I guess I want to wrap this up.
Okay.
If you're a comedian,
which you probably are,
there's a lot of comics that listen to this. I mean, actually, too, if you love stand-up comedy, support like weird stuff. Don't just go see the person that's popping off on social media. And that goes for me too, That was the funniest thing about this whole post is I'm like, everybody's taking in these 45 minutes. And the one thing that I said that I will say is like there's always been a place in comedy for like a loud abrasive asshole. Like that is funny if you do it right.
Of course.
It is very funny.
Oh yeah.
But
Andy Harder, like I think that he's true to who he is.
Yeah.
Like
Louis Black.
Like I think that like there's definitely like the angry white guy or the angry whoever. Like there's a market for it. But you have to be authentic, number one.
Yeah.
True to who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Like and be actually funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
in the post I said basically like that table is full right now though. That's the other thing is that, and this is it's so wild because there's certain parts of the country, and I'm just gonna say it like Austin.
Yeah.
Like and
keep Austin weird.
Yeah, like
that's not a real thing.
That was the thing when I was in Texas is just being close to there and that energy, like you can feel it. Like there is definitely like there's a lot of, and I talked to I don't want to say who their name is, but I talked to like a bigger headliner yesterday, and we talked about Austin, and he basically said he goes yeah, he's like there's a lot of industry that's there now. Like a lot of people aren't going to LA, they're not going to New York, they go to Austin, you know, and that creates like a pressure within that scene, and people, it's going to get wilder and wilder as people try to get noticed. Right. And that's this thing, is like, so these folks that are coming into comedy, they're being influenced by this like really loud, abrasive, offensive, essentially meaningless comedy, you know, like they're not, who are they proving a point to? Like, that's the thing. Like the whole like, oh, good luck canceling me. Like, there's very few comics that have actually been canceled. Right. Like, and a lot of them have been canceled for off stage shit. Okay. Yeah. So like
who's actually been canceled though?
Nobody. Right. D'Elia does better than he still tours. He still did he did the Neptune that's the most in Seattle.
Concerning one. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is wild. Yeah. If you haven't read the stuff about D'Elia, it's wild.
I think my favorite video is him.
Oh my God.
Is when he finds out that like you can record like a Snapchat. Like, and he didn't realize that like,
oh my God.
And he was like, what?
Yeah. It's like, nobody's canceled. And if nobody knows who you are, they can't cancel you. Right. And it's not an identity. It's not an identity to be like, oh, like that's not
I mean,
trying not to have a thing happen to future you is not a personality.
Yeah.
You know? Like I don't want to be somebody who's not going to get diabetes later. You know what I mean?
I think I do.
Like, so I've been working out. I've been working out.
Want to get diabetes? I don't want to get diabetes. What's the right answer?
Listen, there is none, because it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
What I said does not make sense. And being like,
I could not be someone who is thinking about future me. Yeah. Okay.
No,
that's what I won't
do. What I'm saying is that someone who's not thinking about the future is not a personality.
Oh, okay. Somebody who isn't thinking about the
idea that like I'm going to start my comedy career in the hopes of not getting canceled once people know who I am later.
Right.
Yeah. Like, that's not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah. If you are, well, and if you're just playing to the other comics, like, which is, I think
And these comics too, there's the other thing too, is that there's so many folks that are doing this character now of like this like, oh, blah, 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 like,
oh my God. My TikTok is just full of like
periods.
Matt Rife impressions, and they're so fucking funny. They're so funny. And it's just him like kissing his muscles. Yeah. Everybody. Oh, it's so funny. Everyone has an opinion. I love it.
Yeah. And these folks are entering comedy, and they're finding a bunch of they're having two experiences. One, they're finding a lot of other like-minded individuals, which probably feels good. They're like, oh yeah, me and you, we're both saying some wild stuff, dude.
Yeah, we both hate women.
And then they're like, how come we don't get booked?
Gosh, you know what we should do? Make our own show.
Where that's all we book?
Yeah.
The wild dudes.
Well, they've already done it. They're just
like, oh yeah. I heard about that. Yeah, the wild dudes.
The white dudes of comedy.
Is that what they called the show?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, the white men of comedy.
You know, this happened before, like 6 or 7 years ago. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Like, this is playing out again. It's so funny. Yeah, there was a group of comedians, including somebody, we'll talk about it off air, somebody who you just had an interaction with.
Ooh.
And they did a show, and it was like the dudes of comedy.
Oh no.
Because they were mad about like all these other shows that they weren't getting booked on that were like women lineups and stuff like that. And it was so funny because like there are so many lineups that are just women. All men.
Of all women, all men.
Yeah, they're all the time. Women. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no.
All the women shows.
Goddamn women shows.
They're taking over these women.
I'm tired of them. Yeah. Anyway, that was a weird noise I made. There was something else I wanted to talk about.
I booked Eddie Pepito.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a guy who runs hot. There's a guy who can be kind of angry. And
Eddie
there's
Pepito.
a guy who is wonderful. He's a wonderful man, and he's very funny.
When
is that? I want to do that.
That's in March, I believe.
What?
End of March.
Okay,
I'd have to look at my thing.
We probably shouldn't do that right now.
But yeah, I'm very excited. That's that's my biggest get yet.
Oh yeah, for sure. Eddie's great. Is JT coming with him?
Yes.
Good. I like JT.
Yeah.
Too.
I'm very excited about it. What else are you gonna talk about?
There, I'm pulling it up right now.
Come here, Mr. Man.
Oh yeah. I know we have listeners from out of other places. I don't know why I just needed to look at that. I was like, wow.
I really felt like you went out of your way to look at the cat.
I'm still looking at it. I can't help it. It's just wild. How many balls do you really see?
Stop looking at it. I'm like, stop looking at his butt.
Well, it's kind of like
so
right there. You can't pull the tail down. That's cheating. Look at that.
What were you going to say?
For those of you not in the Northwest, I love the rain, and so I have been loving life. There's a Pineapple Express going on right now.
A Pineapple Express?
Yeah, that's what they call it when it just rains like this, and it's like kind of warm out. And
I do like that it's a little bit warm. That definitely makes it a lot easier to deal with. But my God, I hate it.
Yeah. Oh, I got to talk to you about something else too out there. God damn it. It's so stupid. I also wanted to tell you about, I don't know why this entered my mind, but somebody made a comment on one of my videos. They're like, I bet this guy got kicked out of rehab.
What?
Not in like a mean way. They were just like in a jokey way.
Yeah.
And it made me think that I have gotten kicked out of.
Have you gotten kicked out of rehab?
I have gotten kicked out of 2 rehabs.
Damn, 2.
Yeah. Once for trying to fight a guy, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the other was I got out for a court date and I went and watched the Jackass movie in theaters when it came out. And I was so butthurt when I got back because I didn't think they should kick me out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get high.
Right.
And also like usually like my court was at 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, I went and did that. And
did you drive yourself?
No, my friend Ryan picked me up, and then I got kicked out of rehab, and I felt so bad. And then they had like a board meeting or whatever, like to decide, not a board meeting, but like I don't know what you call it, like a council or whatever to decide my future or whatever. But
did they let you back in?
No, they didn't let me back in.
Man, there were so many people in my rehab who like it was like their 8th or 9th time.
Yeah.
And they were like the cool kids.
Yeah.
Like the counselors like, what's up? Oh my God, hey, nah. Like they had like fucking shared stories and shit.
Yeah, they're like, dude, remember what we said?
I was a fucking loser in rehab. It was high school all over again.
There once. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy that I was in rehab with, and I can't remember his name, but he was like a legit like a cat burglar in San Francisco back in the day.
Okay.
And he was my roommate, and he'd tell me stories about breaking into apartments in San Francisco and like not finding what he needed, and then literally like going out the window, climbing on the building and going into another window, and also like crossing like
is that what a cat
hand over hand.
So not he didn't take anybody's cats.
No, he wasn't a cat thief.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to steal cats. You can just get
not
a
cat. Literal cat thief.
Yeah, you don't want to steal a cat.
Can I tell you what happened the other night on Dane's birthday?
Oh, yeah, that was kind of strange. I felt so bad.
Why?
Because I didn't realize it was Dane's birthday when I asked you to book that, when I asked you to come on that show.
Oh, whatever.
I feel like an asshole.
Well, okay, that's fine. So you drove us to the show, and then we took the ferry to Seattle, and then Dane drove me back home because I didn't have my car. And so I lost my vape and was like trying to find my vape. And Dane was trying to help me, and we were both looking, and we both looked in at the same time in the middle console, And so like we like both looked at the same time and we bonked heads. And like I leaned the other way and I was like really mad. And like Dane leaned the other way and he was like laughing. And while he was laughing, he let his foot off of the brake and drove his BMW into Josh's truck.
Oh, how hard did it hit? Just a little bit. Was there any damage?
His license plate is
oh
right there.
My God, that's so funny. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's why you shouldn't lose your vape.
Yeah, I was like, I should stop vaping. I'm not gonna, but
yeah, that's right.
Happy birthday, Dane!
Happy birthday, Dane!
Yay, good job, Dane!
Sorry about. Yeah,
whatever.
I was like, just come to this bar show.
Oh yeah.
Jeff was like,
said,
yeah,
let's go.
It was fun celebrating his birthday, though. You got him really great gifts.
Thanks, I tried.
And I filled out one of those pages in that comedy journal thing. Gee. I felt like such an asshole. I feel like such an asshole.
You were being an asshole. I was like, oh, I have an extra one here. Let me give it to you. And you were like, what the fuck is this? I don't write jokes. I was like, okay, I was just giving it to you.
That's
like, to
not
be
how I sounded. Yes, I just say that like I don't
write jokes. I got Dane this little book that's like, I got like 3 copies. Yeah. I got one for me, one for like, actually I got like a bunch. And, but it's just like a joke writing book. And it just says like stand-up comedian book on the front. And I just thought it was cute. And Sam was like, I don't want this.
You know what I'm going to do?
I don't write jokes.
Did you know that I wrote 100 jokes about flying? No.
About flying?
You don't know about this. One time I flew to Chicago and I wrote 100 jokes about air travel on the flight to Chicago.
Oh.
In 5 hours. I wrote, or however long it was.
Yeah.
It was really hard. And you know what I'm going to do with that joke notebook? Right. I'm going to wait till I take a long ass flight. When I fly to Georgia, I'm going to bring it with me.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
And I'm going to fill out the whole thing on that flight. And then I will post because in the end, it actually it spits out a joke.
Yeah.
And I will publish those jokes.
Awesome. I love it.
Maybe I'll even do some of them someday.
Well, you probably will do all of them.
No, I don't do. There are a lot of.
You don't do written jokes.
No, it just doesn't work because it doesn't fit. I don't know. I try to sit down and write jokes, but you know what's funny about like me and like writing jokes on stage is it when I write a joke on. I don't know what's happening with my body.
I don't know either. It's concerning me though. I'm like,
yeah. I actually feel pretty good. It's when I write a joke on stage, then that means it'll work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, right.
Yeah.
If it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to like when I write jokes off stage and I'm like, how am I going to do this on stage?
I hope this
stresses
works.
me out.
Yeah. So. I guess. If you can.
Yeah.
If you can.
You ready to go?
Yep.
Go to work.
Time to start the other portion of the day.
Yeah. Amen. Okay.
Kitty
great job.
cat butthole, kitty cat butthole, kitty cat butthole.
Hey, Jess.
What up?
I like doing this podcast with you, and I'm glad people are listening. And if you're listening, please leave a review. That really helps. I'm serious.
Yeah. Leave a comment.
Yeah. I don't even care if you're driving. Just pull out your phone.
Yeah. Voice note.
Yeah. Traffic's probably just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'll be fine.
Everybody texts and drives anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty much all.
Yeah. We're deadly selfish. Deadly and selfish. That's what the humans are. Oh, no. She's got
marbles
the
are back.
Yeah. Hey, good job. Bye.
Bye-bye.